Okay. Welcome, everyone, to another meeting of the Mad Hares. We are continuing our discussion of The Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers. I am joined by Grumpy Cobalt
Hello.
and Rusty Helm.
Hey y'all.
Okay. Last week we had finished book 3, and which is basically following around Merry and Pippin and uh, Gimli and Legolas and Aragorn as they tried to hunt down Merry and Pippin. The Ents were awesome. Saruman did not die in the book. We just need to make that blatantly obvious. And he may or may not have killed Wormtongue. We are not sure on that fact. Anyway, we are
Yeah,
picking
it
up
happened off
in...
screen.
It happened off screen. We don't know. We just heard shrieking and then silence. But now we're on book 4, and we are back with Sam and Frodo, who have a chateau following them, who we know as Gollum, or as I like to call him more often, as Sméagol. I don't know why. I love this character when I was younger and watching the movies. Everyone thought he was annoying as hell. I liked him. But then again, I also like Jar Jar Binks from the first Star Wars movie. So, I be weird.
Jar Jar Binks is overhated.
He is. He really is.
Then again, the first time that I watched The Phantom Menace was, I think, when I was 8. So I kind of grew up with Jar Jar. So
Same. It's like, I love the pod racing scene, but everyone seems to hate it. I'm just like, but zoom,
What's
zoom.
wrong with the scene?
there
Some
are
people
people that
complain
hate
it's
the
too long.
pod race.
It's like,
It's a race.
it's a fun zoom zoom. It's like the entire point of the first movie is to get that pod racing done. And also zoom zoom.
I love that was my favorite scene.
Yeah, I
I
know.
know,
Apparently
right?
people just like to hate the Phantom Menace in general, and the major climactic part of this movie. Just people were like, I hate this. I'm just like, y'all have no taste. And then
Are these
20 years down the road, we have The Force Awakens again. And we're like, are you sorry? Yes.
It's like, are these the same? Are these the purists that only watch the first 3 movies and consider the prequels to be like inferior or whatever?
Probably not. Or maybe it was just that time where I was seeing a lot of these commentaries when I think Angry Video Game Nerd was a very popular caricature to play. Like,
Ah,
nothing could
yes,
be
dunk
good.
on
You
ev-
just had to poke and prod at all the bad things. Because
Ah,
there
yes,
was a
the
time.
yeah, dunking on everything to be a what would be the word?
Cool guy. Too cool for school.
We can go with that. Dang it, my brain's blanking on me.
I mean, just
Essentially a heckler.
you know,
Yes. Internet heckler.
counter.
That's a good term.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, but away from Star Wars and back to Lord of the Rings.
From one classic to another.
Yes.
Let me see. Oh, I'm a chapter ahead. That.
Speaking of vaguely speaking of video game nerd, is it just me or does Sam seem a bit more grumbly in the books than in the movies? Or am I just not remembering the movies well enough?
I
Oh, he's
think
pretty.
he's
I think he's pretty.
grumbly in the movies.
He's very grumbly in the movies.
I think it's just we have more time with him in the book. And also, he's very protective of Frodo.
Oh yeah, I mean, him being protective of Frodo is a given. I'm just talking about like him like I don't know. It seemed like he is complaining more in the books, but again, it's like it's been a while since I've seen the movie, so I
I
just not
think
be.
it's purely time we have with the character versus the shorter time we have with him in the movie.
Oh, because he's very grumbly and mean to Sméagol in the movies as well. So it's pretty. I mean, considering when you're stuck with Sméagol for that amount of time, you don't really want to be near him either.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
in the
I do remember
movies
him.
they make him pitiful and kind of cute when he's actually Sméagol versus when he's Gollum. And yeah. In the
Yeah,
books, it's just creep factor.
yeah. I do remember Sam being like very cold toward Smeagol, which I mean, to be fair, it's like you never know what one way or another whether he's gonna stab you in the back the moment you turn. But
Yeah, and also Sam, I forget where it was, but Sam actually overheard him arguing with his split personality is what I'm going to call it.
I do remember that. I do
Like
remember
he
that. That was good.
and I don't know if they actually did that in the movie. Like I know they had the scene, I just don't know if specifically if Sam overheard it.
Yes, he did.
Okay. Cause like Sam actually has like names for the two personalities of Smeagol and Gollum, and it's like
Blinker and
Slinker and Stinker.
Slinker and Stinker. And I don't think that made it over into the book because I think we just had Smeagol and Gollum was the differentiation between the two.
well, at one point, Sam does call him Stinker in the
Yeah.
movies.
But in the movies, I don't think that's explained that is his name for the different personalities of Smeagol. I
No.
think it's just like more of an insult to the character because we know Sam does not like Smeagol for a good reason.
I didn't like Frodo in the movies in this section just because he was just like, almost becoming a white knight for Sméagol towards Sam.
Yeah, I was about
Just
to
like,
go on with like this. It's like
yeah, he was like, well, he would say to Sam, oh, be nice to him. Don't call him names or stuff like that. And it's just like, dude, are you blind? Do you not know this guy? But here in the book, he's like, yeah, I know, but we have no other choice. And so I was like, I like that dynamic a whole lot better than in the movie.
Yeah.
He's blinded by pity for Sméagol versus this, where he's like, yeah, I feel sorry for you and I need you, but I'm keeping an eye on you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like I felt like. Oh, go ahead, Rusty.
Yeah, Frodo in the book does seem more aware of the situation, but it's just like what Grumpy said. It's like I don't like it, but we still need him. While in the movies, he's more like, oh, let's just give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm sure I'm sure he's not completely bad. They're still good in him. It's like we can give him a chance, but still keep an eye on him.
Mm-hmm. It's like, and I felt like in the movies, he kind of almost gave me a naive vibe of like,
Yeah.
dude, because like I feel like like I know like in the books, Frodo is still considered a young hobbit by measures of his species and how they age, but he's not a kid like the vibe that I'm getting from the movies. Like he seems more naive. In the book, he's well and truly an adult by even Hobbit standards. He's a young adult, but he has some brains to him.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's a lot more mature. There's more of a air of he's kind of mulling it over. Because, and also, well, we'll get back to that section when it's further in. But, I just felt like his character is a lot more grounded in the book versus he's more flighty and just floating along with the narrative in the movie.
Yeah.
The movies seem to give the hobbits in general, say for Sam, like a very carefree and naive vibe in general, like with Merry and Pippin, and even with Frodo.
I think they went with the stereotype of what everyone thinks a hobbit is. Like, if you just read, like, a definition of the hobbits. Like, they like food, they like gardening, and they're chill people. But then they just try to insert that definition of what that species is in general versus, what am I trying to say? And then insert that archetype into a serious situation and not change how they react.
Yeah.
It's like, you can still have a carefree and easygoing guy when there's not much to care about, but you take someone who is like not only just an easygoing guy and who likes his home and likes life in the slow lane, but then you put them into a bad situation and they have the intelligence, they have the fortitude of, yeah, we have to do this. Yeah, I'm competent. Let's get this done.
When the fun-loving guy locks into a serious situation.
Oh gosh, fear those people. When the happy-go-lucky character locks in, you know shit has hit the fan.
When the carefree guy stops smiling.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that's one of my favorite tropes, honestly.
It is. It's kind of like that old saying of 3 things you should fear: a moonless night, a storm at sea, and the anger of a good man.
Yes.
Yes. Because there's nothing worse than righteous fury. Because you can't be like, why are you pissed? You know why I'm pissed, and you know I have the right to be pissed. And now I shall seek justice upon thee.
Oh, after this, if y'all remind me, there's a clip that I want to show y'all after this.
Okay.
That's poignant to that.
Okay. Okay. But Sam and Frodo end up catching Sméagol as he tries to steal the precious. And ends up, I don't know exactly, coercing him into basically trying to be useful to Frodo. And I think this is why Sam might have been a little prickly against Sméagol in the sense that he didn't like him, on top of like he's slinky and probably will stab them in the back as soon as they have a chance. Frodo kind of got Gollum into the same, like, not the exact same position as Sam, but it's kind of just like, he's under my protection just like you are. And yeah. And I had this idea because, like, a lot of like, I don't know if this is actually something I'm putting into the book because I know Tolkien was a Christian, but I kind of was getting like a vibe of, because we talked about last time how Frodo is kind of like a Jesus-esque figure within the realm. Like, we had Frodo, Aragorn, and Gandalf as like Jesus-esque characters within this series. And in this one, I kind of was just like, so it's like we have Frodo, and then who is like, which one was he? He was the priest in the analogy. And then you have these 2, I guess you can say, disciples underneath him, and one's always been on the right and narrow, always has been doing what he should. And then you have Sméagol, who has been basically just the scum of the earth. He did horrible things in his past. He slunk, he lied, he schemed, and now he's at the same level as you, underneath the protection of the priest. And it kind of was like a, hey, I was seeing parallels, and I don't know if I'm seeing parallels that shouldn't be there, or if I'm just like, that's a mental image. Because, like, Sméagol is in itself a tragic character, whereas he was corrupted, but also he was open to that because he was not doing what he should. If that makes any sense.
I mean, it sounds a little bit like the prodigal son.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
Because when the prodigal son comes back, the father is overjoyed, kills a fat calf, puts rings and a robe on him, and there's a feast. And the older son, who's been good the entire time, is angry because he's like, "Hey, I've been good this entire time. I don't get a feast. Why does he get one?" So,
yes,
I can see that parallel. That's an interesting parallel.
Yeah. And I mean, I do agree that Smeagol is a tragic character because, like, there is moments where the old Smeagol comes through and he's someone that wants to be a good person, but then there's the Gollum that's constantly fighting for control. So it's like,
yes. But if y'all want to talk about the marshes, there's this one quote that's later on that I want to find. But carry on.
I'm trying to think if there's anything interesting to talk about. Skipping ahead.
yeah, I guess going a little bit deeper into like Smeagol, it's like, yes, he is a tragic character, but it's like he's constantly fighting the temptation, which I mean, we all fight temptation, and whether or not we either succumb to it or resist it, that ultimately what leads us down to either right or wrong paths, and that ultimately like if we fall to temptation, it's like we're really no one to blame but ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
I found Smeagol to be a lot more more intelligent. I don't know, because in the movies he was kind of almost felt like a bumbling little thing up until near the very end.
Yeah, it felt like the Sméagol personality was a lot more childlike and like a tragic innocent character versus Gollum, which is like they basically did a Dr. Jekyll to Mr. Hyde.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whereas like the actual personality of Sméagol, he's intelligent, he's crafty, but he has like a desire for good, but he has been living with his corrupted tendencies leading the way for so long, he is having trouble fighting that.
Another thing too is that being out in the wilderness, like surviving on your own, who do you think is the dominant force between that? Because I'm not sure if it would be the childlike Smeagol,
Yeah.
like just fighting for your own survival.
Thank you, honey. Um, but yeah, it's like, oh, I found the bit. This is in the next part. This is in the next chapter where they're at the Black Gate. So once we get to that part, I can actually read that section because I felt that was very telling of like it was like a quote that I felt like kind of lent to Frodo being a lot more mentally and emotionally mature and a lot more aware of Smeagol's true intentions. And
Oh yeah,
versus his movie counterpart.
I don't think there was
But
very much to say about the the dead marshes.
I was like, Smeagol did get them through it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
I
it
mean,
was like about halfway that they started just like referring to more as Smeagol versus Gollum.
mm-hmm. One thing that was interesting because I was waiting for it was, Smeagol already knew that his old name was Smeagol.
Mm-hmm.
And so part of me was like, okay, that's interesting. I wonder why Peter Jackson changed that up.
Maybe to like try and make him a lot more sympathetic.
Maybe.
Of
But
like
why?
well, when someone loses their name due to excessive trauma or they lose their identity of their former selves, people tend to sympathize and start rooting for that person to overcome what they have been through by uh claiming their old self, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but I think the Sméagol in the book is a much more successful character in terms of just what he is. I don't know.
Yeah, and I can agree
It's just,
with that.
it's a weird change, and I'm just kind of wondering why.
Sympathy.
Maybe.
And they did change his
I'm a li-
character quite a bit.
Yeah, they
And
changed a lot of things.
that is a
Between
note we have for
books.
a lot of the characters here.
One little interesting side bit that I found. I just looked it up. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde came out in 1886, the book, and Hobbit
Mm-hmm.
came out in 1937. So possible inspiration from Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde for Sméagol,
Quite
maybe.
possibly. Quite possibly. That probably would have been something that Professor Tolkien would have read.
Because I mean, dual personalities is definitely an interesting subject to explore when it comes to
Yeah.
personalities.
And I'm sure, because, like, one of the main causes of dual personalities is trauma. And I would be willing to bet that there was probably a lot of that not fully diagnosed back in the time, but probably people have had situations like that, especially for soldiers who were coming back from the war and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, it's like
It's like,
early 1900s. There was a lot of undiagnosed trauma going around.
yeah, trauma manifests in so many different ways. It's actually kind of fascinating reading some of the older stuff, and you're like, oh, that's going on there. And like people like experience things that we have names for now, but it was kind of just a phenomena that they noticed and then worked into their own stories as a way of like processing it. I would be willing to bet.
Oh, I have an example of that later on. It has nothing to do with Lord of the Rings, but it definitely has something to do with that. It's fascinating.
Do you want to give it now or?
I mean, sure, it's from Jane Austen's Sense and Sensibility.
Mm-hmm.
And the younger sister is like falls madly in love with this character named Willoughby, and she is just almost unconsolable. She's obsessive to the point where you can kind of tell Jane Austen, because Jane Austen bases her characters off of what she sees in society, which means people were acting like this.
Mm-hmm.
And so you look at it and like you can tell Jane Austen is kind of doing a shaky finger at at the younger sister. And it turns out, with the description and whatnot of the actions of the younger sister, it turns out she was experiencing limerence, which is like it's a diagnosis where your brain is covered with hormones and chemicals, and you become obsessive with somebody to the point you cannot stop thinking about them. And it's something that can actually be diagnosed, but back in the time of the early 1800s, that diagnosis never existed. And so people just thought, oh, this woman is just crazy. She's,
hysterical and so in her feelings.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And it's just very fascinating.
It's like it's always fascinating to like read some of the older stuff and like understand that like things we experience nowadays is not really new. We just have names for it and we understand it a little bit better. It's like the human experience has not changed all that much since biblical times. I'm just saying.
Nope.
It's like we are not that different from people who were walking around 2,000 years ago. Just because we have made gotten men to the moon and made the internet, we are not that different. We are
We
probably
just-
dumber
Yeah, we're
for
just-
it.
Probably. We're just more aware of the different personalities and diagnoses and whatnot. Another thing that
Yes.
comes to mind. Another thing that comes to mind is the yellow wallpaper.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was definitely an interesting read.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you very much for that. Genuinely.
Okay. But they make it through the marsh, which is what, and up to the Black Gate, which is what Frodo wanted Sméagol to do. Because he was like, we have no idea how to get to Mordor. We have no idea how to get to the Black Gate to get into Mordor. And this guy who's been following us was in Mordor and escaped and or was let go. So he knows the terrain a little bit better than we do. And so they get to the Black Gate. And the Black Gate is closed. Huzzah.
It's like Smeagol's like, what do you want? Going up to the front door and knocking on it, and Frodo's like, I mean, it's a thought.
Yeah. It's like Sam was pissed because it's like Smeagol's like, okay, there's the gate. What do you mean? Why is it closed? Why wouldn't it be closed? And then Sam's like
It's a
getting
gate.
pissed at him. It's a gate. It's closed. Yeah, there's a lot of guards. They tend to have those. And Smeagol's like, it's like,
It's like
I
what
want
you were
this
expecting a
Precious
welcome
back.
party?
Yeah, it's like Smeagol's like, okay, there's the gate. I want Precious now. Give it back to Sméagol.
Yep.
Yeah, and Frodo's like, no, that wasn't part of the deal.
Yeah.
And what did you wanted to say, Countess, in the with part?
Yeah, it was like a little bit after they got into the gate and they're kind of sitting outside wondering what to do. And Sméagol's just like trying to talk Frodo into leaving and getting him away from the gate, because if Frodo gets caught, then the Dark Lord gets the ring back, and then Sméagol doesn't get the Precious back, and then but Sméagol knows that that's a bad thing overall, but he also doesn't get the Precious, which is the main thing he worries about. And this is a part that I was like, oh, Frodo knows what's actually going on. He's a little bit more in tune with what's happening around him. Yes, yes, Master, said Gollum. Dreadful danger. Sméagol's bones shake to think of it, but he doesn't run away. He must help, nice Master. I do not mean the danger that we all share, said Frodo. I mean a danger to yourself alone. You swore a promise on what you call the Precious. Remember that. It will hold you to it, but it will seek a way to twist it to your own undoing. Already you are being twisted. You revealed yourself to me just now foolishly. Give it back to Sméagol, you said. Do not say that again. Do not let that thought grow in you. You will never get it back, but the desire of it may betray you to a bitter end. You will never get it back in the last need, Sméagol. I shall put on the Precious and the Precious Master you long ago. If I'm wearing it were to command you, you would obey, even if it were to leap from a precipice or to cast yourself into the fire. And much would be my command. So have a care, Sméagol. I was just like, that's a lot of foreshadowing, especially if the third book ends like the movie did.
Mm-hmm.
But also it's just like, Frodo is very aware of the hold that the ring has on Sméagol, and also how it has twisted him, and how even Sméagol's desire for it will be his ultimate failing for it. It's like, I feel like the ring is a very strong allegory for temptation at this point. Or just sin in general.
Yeah.
Because it's something that people are burdened with, but it's also something that peoples are slaves to, like Sméagol is to it. But,
Yeah, and it
That got deep.
twists otherwise good. Yeah, yeah, and it twists otherwise good people into falling into evil acts. Just look at Boromir.
Mm-hmm. And he didn't even have extended exposure to it.
Very true. It's just the thought of like what he could do with it and what quote unquote good he could do with it, and
Mm-hmm. But that good
essentially the
twisted him
power.
against his allies.
Yeah,
But
essentially like seeing the power is what ultimately tempted him.
yeah. So, uh, Frodo admits that, yeah, I asked you to bring you to the gate. You have brought me to the gate, but now I ask that you show me another way in, and they end up start this long about way that basically is going into enemy territory to the south and coming back up, if I understand the map correctly.
Mm.
I like the little exchange Sam and Sméagol has. Like, well, why didn't you show us this path before? You didn't ask.
Pretty much exactly that.
Yeah.
Okay. But do we need anything else in chapter 3, or do we want to move on to chapter 4 with the herbs and the stew and the rabbits and all that?
No, I'm good on going to 4.
Okay, rabbits. But
So I was surprised that it was Sam who asked Sméagol to go out and go hunting.
yeah, because we are always comparing the movie. Smeagol just brings it,
Mm-hmm.
and Sam takes it because obviously Frodo can't eat raw rabbit, but yeah. But like Sam's like, okay, it's like I have to work with this guy because Frodo needs us both to kind of function at this point. But so I'm going to try to at least work with him in a begrudging but productive manner.
Yeah.
And I like when Sméagol realized that he was going to cook them, and Sméagol was basically saying, "Well, how dare you?" And he's like, "Hey, our bread, you don't like our bread. Well, we don't like raw meat. You know, people like things differently." And just Sméagol running, slunking off, just grumpy.
Was anyone else slightly disappointed that the boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew was movie original?
You have to give.
I was looking for that in the book. It's like when I saw potatoes, I was waiting for that line that I didn't get. I was also disappointed.
We just got potatoes.
Potatoes, but you have to say in that tone.
Potatoes. Yeah, it's like the gaffer's delight and rare good balance for an empty belly. I like boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew better. I will give the movie that.
Same.
Because I don't think a lot of people in 2000 knew what a gaffer was. I don't know what a gaffer is.
I think it's grandfather. I think.
I remember hearing the word gaffer before.
It's a lighting technician, but I don't think that's the definition we want. Oh, it's an old man.
Yeah.
Chief electrician in a motion picture or an old man. I love the I love the English language.
So probably I'm going to make a hazarded guess that it's probably because some people call their dads my old man. Mm-hmm. So I guess that it's his dad, maybe.
Possibly. or just like old men in general like potatoes. Because who doesn't like
Mhm.
a good potato?
I had a baked potato.
Too.
Me too.
I actually cooked white-based potatoes earlier this week, and they were good.
Mm.
As for potato, speaking of potatoes, are you all into sweet potatoes as well?
Mm, I
Like
think they're
the
like we're aware of sweet potatoes. I think in this context, it's more like russet potatoes, or just like not the non-sweet variety, the more savory of the potatoes.
oh yeah, the regular types,
Russet,
so to speak.
brown, golden, those kind. But
I
yeah.
appreciate how Sam was actually willing to share his cooked meal with him, genuinely
Yeah.
willing to. So it's like, I could see the effort of him trying to work with this creature.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like he's like, okay, fine. I will work with this guy just because it was suggested by this man that I have respect for.
And plus, Sméagol did follow through on Sam's first, at least Sam's first two requests. I
Mm-hmm.
think the third one or fourth one was kind of pushing it.
For herbs.
Well, like yeah, it's like he went and got the meat. He went and got found the rabbits for him, and he was like, okay, so I'm going to go start a fire. You go and fill up the pots, please. Don't break them. And then they wrapped it up with just like, and he'd already pissed off Smeagol at that point, being like, I don't like raw rabbits, and Smeagol's like, well, see if I get you anything else. And then he's like pushing the bars, like, hey, I need some uh herbs, and he's like, no, I don't like the smell of leaves. You can go find those yourself.
Oh yeah, about raw rabbits, it reminds me of the Hell's Kitchen episode many seasons ago. I think where Chef Ramsay raged about the raw rabbit. I think it was season 6 or so. Yeah.
I'm not familiar with that.
Uh, but it's out of context situation, so yeah.
Yeah. But, well, but after they eat, Sam gets distracted, and he knew that it was a risk, him building a fire. But they are found out, and thankfully they are found by not orcs and not men of who are under the sway of the Dark Lord. They are found by Faramir, who is Boromir's younger brother. Yay.
Family.
Yay, family.
Yay.
It's a little awkward because last time Frodo saw Boromir, he was running away from him because he tried to steal the ring from him.
Yep.
All I'm going to say is awkward.
Yeah, just a little awkward.
And then shortly after that, he died.
Yeah, but Frodo doesn't know that as of yet.
He knows that now because Faramir told him.
Yep.
Yeah. Which that little exchange was interesting. It was like which also kind of goes into like how aware Frodo is. It's like when Faramir tells Frodo that Boromir is dead, is like, is he now? And you know this how? Like he doesn't just immediately believe him, or like
It's like
he asks, like he wants proof for to be convinced that, okay, you say he's dead. How do you know? How can you convince me?
who knows? But Faramir basically explains, is like, I saw the like memorial canoe thing that they put him in. I saw him passed on, and then he continued floating down the river. I know my brother is dead. By the way, do you know what happened to his horn?
His horn.
You're asking us or the
It was more
or was he asking
rhetorical.
in the book?
It was
Oh.
more rhetorical.
Yeah, because Faramir was looking for Boromir's horn.
Yeah.
Well, no, I
Again,
think they found both halves. He was kind of, because it was a family heirloom. He was trying to poke and prod and see what Frodo knew. Almost, I guess, comparing notes to see if this small creature that he found, that stumbled upon, was trustworthy and whatnot.
And if it was actually the creature that left Rivendell with his brother, and then shit that hit the fan in several ways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like, and this entire section, I have very little recollection of it from the movie, because I think it was like very, very short. And also, I felt like Faramir, they drastically changed how he acts. Like, he acts a lot more gentle and calm with them, versus he's more of a... I get like he's angry in the movie. Whereas he's just like, he is mournful for his brother's loss, but also he knows we have bigger problems at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And like Faramir, I believe on multiple occasions, I forget the name that they call Gandalf, because he has a different name where he's from, and he's known by a different name through there. But he was talking about how, like, Gandalf was trying to research this ancient evil artifact or something, and he didn't exactly know what it was, because Gandalf relatively knows how to keep things under hat. But that he could, like, that he was assuming that the thing was like some kind of weapon. And Boromir was the kind of guy who would be like, he's a more of a battlefield glory type of warrior, whereas Faramir is a little bit softer, and also he's like, I don't go to battle for the glory or for the prestige or the honor. I go to battle so that those who I am protecting can be safe. If I'm understanding his stance on things. And while Boromir would have been, we know he fell to the sway of the ring for the power of the promise of the power that he could have regained from it. Whereas because Faramir doesn't have the power hungry for the reason for power, but his purpose is for the actual source of what he wants to protect, he would be like, I would have left it on the side of the road and I would not have looked twice at it.
Yep. I like him a lot better than the book in the movie. I don't know, I found him very spiteful in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Very, I don't know, just like for instance, when he's at the pool about to signal one of his archers to shoot Sméagol, I don't know, the way he acts, the way he looks at Frodo being like, watch me do it, kind of, I don't know, just very immature, maybe?
It was like a hostage situation because he wanted to be spiteful.
And maybe a little, maybe a little snarky. I don't know. Just I found him he got better as the movies progressed.
Yeah,
I liked him a lot
better.
But in here, not like him. And so, but in the book, I was like, oh, he's actually very, very pleasant.
Yeah, it's like
he's very pragmatic.
Yes. But the one thing that I, like, when he was, like, transporting Frodo and Sam to where their headquarters is, in the movie, Frodo and Sam are blindfolded and thrust up like pigs and being carried around like luggage the entire time. The short little scene we get of them, and they're plopped down in their headquarters. Versus, in the book, Faramir deals with enemy forces that were close by. He then has Frodo and Sam come with him willingly, even though he does say, I can't let y'all go off because I don't know who y'all are yet. Y'all have not confirmed your identity to me yet. And then they get to the point where it's just like, okay, from this point on, because you're not men of Gondor, you have to be blindfolded. I would like for this to be a not unpleasant experience for you. So if you do not mind us doing this, just so we can get y'all in, and we can begin with what we need to do. And Frodo and Sam are amenable to the situation, because same thing happened in L'Oreal. Going in to see the elf lady, which my brain is, I'm fried. I cannot remember names right now. Gadriel.
Galadriel?
Galadriel. I feel like, I know I've been drinking water. I feel like I'm drunk. I am that sleep drunk. Okay. Sleep drunk, that's it. I am sleep drunk.
Girl, what day did you have?
I'm still trying to get used to my early morning, and also husband and me keep on waking each other up.
6:30 in the morning, right? Is that what you mentioned?
Yeah.
Oof. Double like
But
oof.
I felt like Faramir was a lot more... He gave well-rounded commander of armed forces versus green...
young bratty commander trying to prove
Yes.
himself, or
Yes. Like, it gave off the vibes of, like, he, like, in the movie, and I'm going to be, like, I don't know if it's just me who has this mental image when I'm thinking about this now. He gives off season 1 Prince Zuko on his ship.
Yeah.
yeah,
Maybe
Thank
I
you.
can see that.
Maybe
I
not
feel
quite
seen.
as bratty, because like Zuko was bratty in season 1, and I don't see Faramir being as bratty, but yes, I agree.
It's the same vibe. It's not the intensity, it's the vibe we're looking for.
Pretty much. And I will say, this chapter 5, I remember when Boomstick, in the beginning, when he was like, the Lord of the Rings, I like The Hobbit, but The Lord of the Rings, it drags. And up until this point, I disagreed with him. But in chapter 5, I agreed with him. This chapter went on forever and ever.
It did. Like, because I'm listening to this while I'm at work. This chapter, which, mind you, is only, let's see, is 20 pages long, was an hour in the audiobook.
I know. I was just like...
How is that? 20 pages, an hour.
And like, I was like, sure, and I was like, oh, how long is chapter 6? Oh, that one's not too bad in Tolkien time. And then I looked at this lump that was left behind. I was like, that's 5? Oh, no. And like, you really you didn't need to go into this much chit chat between literally 2 characters for the most part. Oh, this one was hard to get through.
It was. I still can't get over 20 pages an hour.
Yeah.
That's something else I've been noticing too, is that like these chapters or the pages aren't that long, but these pages are packed.
They are dense pages.
Yes, they are.
I'm used to getting through 20 pages in like half an hour. It's like it's usually taking me like closer to an hour to get through 10 pages with this book.
It's just like, it shows the level of difference between when someone they know how to cram so much information into it's not even a lot of words. It's just, it takes a lot to process, so you have to read it slower.
Yeah.
You
Hey guys,
cannot skim Tolkien. Okay.
But I was wanting to go back a little bit to Sam talking about the what is it? The
Elephants?
Oliphant? Yeah. And did you want me to wait till Grumpy got back, or did you want me to go ahead with it?
Go ahead with it. We don't know how long she's going to take.
All right. Yeah, it's like the whole sequence, because what reminded me of it was the battle between uh Haramir and like the other men that were under the Dark Lord.
Mm-hmm.
But going back to the first mention of the Oliphant was Sam mentioning it to Gollum.
Mm-hmm.
Gollum had no idea what it was, but I found a section that Sam talks about it.
Oh, the
Sam
poem?
stood up, but yeah, Sam stood up, putting his hands behind his back as he always did when speaking poetry, and began. Gray as a mouse, big as a house, nose like a snake, I make the earth shake. As I tramp through the grass, trees crack as I pass. With horns in my mouth, I walk in the south, flapping big ears beyond count of years. I stump round and round, never lie on the ground. Not even to die, Oliphant am I. Biggest of all, huge, old, and tall. If ever you'd meet me, you wouldn't forget me. If you never do, you wouldn't think I'm true. But old Oliphant am I, and I never lie.
Mm-hmm.
That is the first description of the Oliphant that we get. And then later on during the battle, Sam, who is very much wanting to see one, not even knowing if it's real, actually gets to see one in action.
Mm-hmm.
What I find funny is that after all that excitement, like after the whole battle and everything, after Sam sees like the thing that he didn't even realize was real, it's like, wow, that was amazing. I'm going back to bed.
It's like Sam with his like trip sightseeing wish list. He has gotten everything he wants. He wanted to see elves, he saw elves. He wanted to see elephants, he saw elephants. Did they live up to the hype, or is he just like, oh, that's cool, I have more priorities now? Who knows?
Yeah, it's like, wow, that was cool. Man, I'm still tired.
It's like, wow, I am just beat. But yeah.
But yeah, that was a really interesting bit that I really liked through.
It's like, I like the poetry that they add in, and that's always nice.
Yeah.
I'm also kind of shocked at how many times Gollum almost got shot but didn't because people didn't know what he was.
Yeah, it's like he's very good at like slinking into the shadows, but it's like I don't know, it's like maybe the people that have a shot on him are just too dumbfounded to be like, what is that?
Well, like, there's that one guy who's just like, I don't know, it could have been a squirrel. I'm just like, my good sir, how big are the squirrels where you're from?
I mean, I know that things typically are bigger back in time, but dear Lord.
Yeah, I don't think we had squirrels that big.
I
But
return.
yay. But
Hey,
I did
welcome
find
back.
it hilarious that they kept on referring back to the Mirkwood where, mind you, Sméagol was imprisoned in Mirkwood for a little bit, but because so many people feel bad for this guy, they keep on shortening his leash and he ends up slipping away, which is how he got away the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, maybe it's from Mirkwood. It's like, technically it is. It's like, But yeah, no, it ain't no squirrel. My good sir, are you? Oh my gosh, I found that hilarious, but for the stupidest of reasons.
Looks more like a naked mole rat.
That it does, but in the dark, it had no tail. Sir, just shoot it. Okay, do we want to wrap up with chapter 6?
Yes.
The Forbidden
Yeah.
Pool. It's like I felt like the book interpretation of the scene was a lot more gentle and less hostage-y than what the movie portrayed.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, they have said it on multiple occasions, we can't let you in here on pain of death unless we know who you are and don't mean our people harm. Sam and Frodo have gone through the vetting process and they're cool. Sméagol has not. He has come past the point of the blindfolded area, so they either kill him or Frodo has to vouch for him, and Frodo has to first go get him.
I like how, because in the beginning, it never seems like there's any kind of resolution between Frodo and Sméagol in the movie. He's bagged and taken away. But here, Faramir at least explains to Sméagol, "Hey, you are in private property, technically private territory. I should have killed you, but he saved your life." And so I think at first Sméagol was mad, but at that point Sméagol is like, "Well, Sméagol, you did trespass even though you didn't know it. So you do owe it to Frodo for saving your life." And so
Yeah.
I think it was a good between the two characters.
Yeah, I do like how the book Faramir did like smooth things over between Frodo and Sméagol. It's like, hey, you'd be dead if it wasn't for Frodo. So just let you know.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's like, there's this one section that, again, I find some of these little interactions hilarious because I am weird like that. But, like, I wish this was, like, I don't know, worked in, like, so there's, like a little bit more humor in the live action, or, like, I don't know if anyone actually wants to go and animate this thing again, take a knack at it, who knows, maybe make an animated series. This needs an animated series, like a full, like, 6 seasons.
that I would watch that if it was done by the right people.
Yes. Don't mess with the story. Get some good animators. No AI BS. I would watch 6 seasons of Lord of the Rings animated. I would. We would, like, and we could include everything. We could get Tom Bombadil.
Yes.
We can finally have animated Tom Bombadil.
Has anybody seen the animated version of Lord of the Rings?
I've seen it. It only covers the first 2 movies, and he's not in there. But yeah. But the section I was looking at, loose us, he said. The cord hurts us. Yes, it does. It hurts us, and we're done nothing. Nothing, said Faramir, looking at the wretched creature with the keen glance, but without any expression on his face, either of anger or pity or wonder. Nothing? Have you never done anything worthy of binding or of worse punishment? However, that is not for me to judge, happily, but tonight you have come where is death to come. The fish of this pool are dearly bought. Gollum dropped the fish from his hand. Don't want fish, he said. The price is not set on the fish, said Faramir. Only to come here and look at the pool bears the penalty of death. I'm just like, I want that specific little scene of just like Sméagol like, I don't want fish. Thinking that would get him out.
It's like, I don't want fish. Take fish. I don't want it.
But yeah. Such small little details. I need to stop putting project ideas in my head. I really
Girl,
do.
you got
It hurts. So many things to do. It's not enough time. But yes. I do feel like the wrap up with Gollum was a lot more neater here. With Faramir be like, hey, you are still breathing because this guy vouched for you. Remember that.
And it did seem like Sméagol like understood and kind of forgave Frodo for the whole situation, at least in the books.
I'm not 100% sure. I guess we'll see when we continue on how their interaction is. But I would like to think so, though.
Mm-hmm.
At least to the point where it's like, oh, so Master actually saved me. Shit.
He's a good master.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of Master.
But yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like this wrapped it up pretty nicely, and we are almost done with this book.
Got about
Another 40 pages.
All right, didn't realize we were that close.
Yeah. Yeah, there's only like 3 more chapters. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Yeah, 4 chapters.
All right.
Yeah. So, we're going to be wrapping this book up next week. Oh gosh, whose turn is it to pick next?
Me.
Yay! What do you have in our docket?
Yay.
Well, I can go to my mother's house and find something that's 700 pages. Or I can do that one story I told you about, Countess, the set in England mystery series with a writer from New York.
I
think I told
derping, but like that does sound fun. What do you think, Rusty?
I'm good with either. The 7. What did you say it was?
Well, if y'all want a super long one, I don't have one in mind, but I'm sure my mom can conjure up something for us.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is basically it's pretty short. It's a series of books, and it's about this writer who this is taking place in the early 1800s. I want to say, I think maybe a little later, but not too much. She's a writer. And she's living in New York. She finds out she has aunts, 2 aunts in England. She goes to do some stuff for them, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And she writes mysteries, but they are, I won't divulge more than that. And so, but then there's a young man who is a kind of wealthy enough to where he can kind of do whatever he wants hobby-wise. And so he starts doing some mysteries, and she's tagging along. And the chemistry between these two characters is sweet, but also hilarious. And there is a murder mystery afoot, and technically 2, 3 in the first book. And I'm going to be honest, the whole reason I restarted reading it because I remember their love confession to each other. It's hilarious, and I found it in the 3rd book, and I just laughed my butt off when I found it again. So,
Interesting.
Okay, so follow-up question: do we want to jump right into that one, or do we want a short story in between?
I'm going to jump right in.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good with either. We can jump in.
Okay, jump right in. That is then.
Let me
put a title and author so we can find the books and we can get them over the next week while we finish reading.
Yeah,
the Two
hang on. Let
Towers.
me scour my. Is that it? No, that's the third book. Nope. Well, I thought it was in my bedroom, but apparently it's not.
Oh no.
Let me continue on, because I can find it easily. At least I should. Hello, husband. Did I put it away? Yes, I did. Are you the first one? Yes, this is the first one. Would y'all like for me to read the back of it?
Oh yes, please.
Okay. So, Catherine Ardelais is everything the Victorian English gentlewoman is not. Outspoken, free-thinking, American, and a writer of the frowned-upon penny dreadfuls. Do y'all know what those are?
Short horror stories that were very popular in the 1800s.
Yeah. When Kate arrives in Essex, England, she shocks the household of Bishop's Keep and captures the interest of an amateur detective, Sir Charles Sheridan, as they begin their first case together. A dead body has been uncovered at a nearby archaeological dig. The investigation provides the perfect research for Kate's fiction, but the curious writer may be digging too deep, especially when the trail leads her into a secret occult society known as the Order of the Golden Dawn.
Ooh.
That's all you get.
Awesome sauce. What's his name?
It is called Death at Bishop's Keep, a Victorian mystery by Whoops. Come back here.
Bishop's Keep up. Robin Page.
Robin Page.
Excellent. Holy shit, I can get the audiobook for 99 cents?
Yeah.
Heck yes.
Oh, okay.
But I will probably, since I have a physical copy, I will obviously just be reading the physical copy.
I'll see if either of my libraries has it, hopefully.
I'll try to check to see if the library app has it.
And I will say, even after we finish the first book, I encourage y'all to finish reading, to do the others, because the way Catherine and Sir Charles, their chemistry is really, it's fun, it's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
And they work very well together, and so it's a good character duo.
Okay.
So
right.
I enjoy it. My mom introduced it to me again. She's a great eye when it comes to books.
Your mother has such great taste when it comes to books.
I agree.
She does.
But for now, I think that will be it for this week. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their week, and we will see y'all next time. Bye-bye!
Bye.
Bye, y'all. Bye, y'all.